This is Mark Street in Leavenworth. We're here for the quilt show today, and this is a beautiful September 11th, 2010 in Leavenworth, in front of the stores and restaurants.
No, they have a medical center. Brakes aren't that great on horses.
This is the first stall in Leavenworth. This is the site for the quilt show today. It's a beautiful building.
This is a pattern here, and I added the chicken and the writing. Cat boxes is from Glorious Patchwork. Cave's first quilt book that he did. It's all easy to make, easy, and it's got satin stitch or zigzag or blanket stitch, whatever you want to do. The challenge here. Drew a card, playing card. I got Jack of Clubs. I couldn't think of a very clever way to do it, so I just made it very representational. This I made for my husband to represent the East Coast diners. Another woven. This is all woven. You don't cut little pieces and hook them together. It's just strips of fabric. If you take 2 fat quarters. This one is interesting because of the fabric that I used. One of them we had the the grades of color.
It looks wavy though.
It is, because when I cut the strips, she's on the other side, very famous. That was a class I took. This is my pattern, 2 black wonder. This is another one from a magazine. You cut and sew, cut it apart, reassemble it, trade pieces out and things like that. This is my design, the topiary. This is my design here. How many of you like to work with border prints? See, I love border prints. This is a border print fabric. Snowmen were all border prints.
Yeah.
So if you get a border print, just use that as one row. Then you can put other kind of piecing, like these are half squares. You can do 4 pack. I'm always fast and easy. I used, I think you ran more vertically, horizontally, whatever. You just plan it out. Just make sure you get enough. You don't like I don't like piecing. I wouldn't want to piece that. No. You could. But, and when I have to piece something like that, I would put probably a piece in there of something, or maybe curry points or something. I'm like so free about everything, but I don't like a border with piecing in it if I can help it. It's that's just my one of my only flaw in life. Yes. And this is, they didn't get this spelled correctly. We were moving our outhouse at our cabin one. We pulled the Hudson, hooked it up and moved it in the dark one. I did that at a retreat. I had laying on the floor. I laid everything on the floor. I kind of had a 505. It's my girlfriend's company, but it is the very best one, and I use it a lot. Yeah. From the don't get something I was using It's got little flags on. How great is that? This Halsman. What did I put? Oh yes. Well, I have to tell you, I was getting this ready to bring, and I found a little piece of masking tape, and I said, what did I do? Sure enough, I nipped a little hole in somehow. So I cut out a little piece of a little flag. I don't even know where it is anymore now, and put over the hole. You can. Oh, I have another star design. This star is like one of my trademark designs. This star. I devised that about when I very first started quilting. When I first started quilting, people were mostly doing pentagrams. There were very few people doing anything freehand back like 13 years ago. We've come a long way in 13 years. Very long. You can do that. That's the easy man's way, but there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Yeah. This is more traditional. This is one of the most traditional pieces I've ever done. It was hard. There was some paper piecing involved. Oh, it's measurement. Yeah, the edge. I think these things were paper. Something I think was paper piece.
My daughter just fell in love with it, but
it's a very nice quilt. I like this quilt very much, and I've always wanted to do a Lone Star. Now I've done a couple. I just did another one recently. But they're not so hard, they're just so tedious. You got to cut all these. This was a really hard quilt because your head is so sections together. This would fit inside, like say this, for about a inch to go. But mostly I never mark anything. Oh my goodness. I don't trust that stuff to mark much. Yeah. That's just me. And besides, then you got to mark it. It takes all that time. And I don't like, to me, that you don't have to, you don't have to put any marks on it, no white stuff, no blue things that bleed through later, and any of that. So.
That would be nice, like if I had some stars and things.
Again, this is another one of my Creative Detours patterns, all African fabric. And I think I just pieced a little bit of this. And this one was just one I did on funky fabric. Actually, we couldn't shop because everything was shut down. So our guild was doing a challenge called Food for Thought. And first I was going to do like ice cream and like stuff like that. Then I thought, no, this is my real food for thought. And then this was my self-portrait. This crazy thing. That was another challenge we did, a self-portrait, a bunch of us, and it went in the LaConner Museum on the top floor. They had all of them on display. And so I put crazy things in there. And it's where is the off switch, because I'm like always going and I never could find my off switch. So that's kind of, this is fun. This stamp, maybe you remember that stamp a few years ago? That was my snowman on that stamp. Oh really? Why didn't I get 5 bolts of that? I think I have a couple yards left. But anyway, I just started with these big chicken pieces. This was that New York Beauty corner was a piece I found, I think I mooched it from somebody. Oh. Anyway, then I just added it and it made, added lattice and made it into a block. So if you just start with a piece and you just make a bunch of things and stick them on the wall, then you can just put filler pieces around. That's how you do it without a pattern. It's very easy. And then I don't remember why I did this. I think I probably didn't have enough of it. So I use Hobbs batting mostly on wall hangings and like real heavy art quilts. I use Warm and Natural. And now I've gotten to where I'm using Warm and Natural and muslin behind that even. Sometimes I use a dragonfly. I just quilt it. But this one I might have used, like you say, I could use a very soft pink or very soft lavender or very soft green if I'd have wanted to. But on this one I was doing it pretty traditional, which is like, for me that's out of the box. But it's very hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look, when you see this reproduction is like really hard to tell because it's the exact same patterns a lot of times.
Yeah.
Is the old stuff. But this is all reproduction in the borders. And what did I do on the back? I think I just, I did white on the back. That's right. I really did. That one is from a Kate Bassett book as well. I mean, it's not, believe me, that's a square and a 9-patch on point.
What I was noticing.
I don't think anybody owns this rights to this design.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. So, and I had all this fall fabric. This fabric has a funny story. I was in Sacramento. Turtle.
Early. This is one of Judy's signature designs, the koi, and this is her pond. It's beautiful. That's the koi. That's Judy's signature design. Is the koi.
She's very talented. And my other friend Steffi's over there sewing on a coat bag for a friend that's going to take that back to Brazil.
Oh, wow. Look at that. So what's that? Are you doing some
This is for my friend. I'm just doing a job. He's one of my clients.
Is this one of your signature stitch?
No, this is just a plain stitch.
That's the plain stitch.
I'm just putting this in to fill in.
And using your long arm? And you're doing freehand, are you?
Yep. I always do freehand. This is what I do all day.
This is what you do all day.
This is what I do all day. Yeah.
I'll walk up and see if there's any mail.
Yeah, I want to see that quilt appearing real soon. It would be very lovely. I'm waiting for a next day air quilt to come from Pennsylvania. I have to quilt it and send it back Monday. No later than Monday. Okay. I guess I can use that blue in there while I'm at it.